Hi, this is Sean Hessinger from Small Business Trends, reporting from Zoholics 2024. And we're talking with Aarthi Elizabeth. She's the head of product strategy for collaborative apps at Zoho. And what I wanted to start with was, what's the most used software in business? I mean, I guess what you hear the answer coming back from now is Zoho more and more. Can you tell us about, there's apparently a 78% year-over-year migration you've seen from competitors. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes, thank you, Sean, for having me. So, Sean, when it comes to the collaborative landscape, the way we work has constantly evolved, right? The way we work has changed, and asynchronous work, flexible work has taken precedence, and that is why these tools have got so much more stronger and so much more. We use them so much more. So the 78% that I'm talking about is the collaborative work management market is crowded in its space.
Right.
So we are trying to make sure that we have a combined ecosystem, an ecosystem where everything is together, and that's what Zoho does for you. Like if you take something like Microsoft, like Teams, you will have to have add-ons for Slack and so
Right.
on. Whereas when it comes to Zoho, it's an ecosystem that works well together, and that is why we see a 78% shift. So do you want me to name where we've got people moving from?
Sure.
Okay, so it's Microsoft, Jira, Dropbox, Google, and DocuSign.
All right. Well, tell us about some of the collaboration tools specifically in Zoho and what changes have happened. I mean, we heard about some changes in,
Right.
in major collaborative
Right.
tools. Could you run over and give us the overall view and what's changed about each one?
Right, so we've made strategic updates to our collaboration tools in the sense of workflow automation, AI, obviously, and vertical support for these tools. So when we talk about workflow automation, we talk about the flow of information between these apps, flow of information between your business functions, and to ensure that it's done seamlessly. So you can start from within projects. You can start with your team working on a couple of files and documents, and it eventually transitions into tasks. That goes to review, that goes through your approval hierarchy, and then once it's done, it transitions to the next task. So that is a workflow that we talk about. Another workflow can be you start from within your content collaboration platform, which is WorkDrive. You create a document review process, it goes through review, it goes through approval, and then it moves back into your projects cabinet. So the idea is that everything works well together and seamlessly. So that's workflow automation. And in terms of AI, we have NLP. You can make searches within projects, within WorkDrive, using Zia, Unified Search Assistant. And of course, then we have the vertical support.
Let's talk a little bit more about AI capabilities. Can you tell us what's changed on Zoho as far as AI?
So I can talk for the collaborative apps. And AI doesn't work on its own. We believe that it works in context with whatever you do. So when you talk about projects, we have Zia Insights that is now a part of it. So if you have multiple tasks and you're trying to understand how your business works, or if you have any backlog, so you have Zia Insights to bring it all together in a chart or in a table, and then you get insights from it based on which you can make managerial decisions. So it's in context to whatever you do. It's not separate, but it's together with whatever
Right.
functions you build. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about workflow automation also. Tell us what's changed overall in collaboration for workflow automation.
So when it came to collaboration, it was independent tools working in silos. But the idea is you want different components to work well with the apps you use. And these apps needn't be within the Zoho ecosystem. These can be third-party apps as well. These can be legacy software. So the idea is to be able to create automation so your work flows through all of these apps, whether it is within the Zoho ecosystem or whether it's out of the box.
I also noticed in the press release about the collaboration software some specific industries mentioned
Yes.
that are being specialized. And I wanted to ask you about some of those. Construction businesses, for example, will benefit from some new Zoho workflow improvements. Can you tell us more about how?
We have been seeing traction in manufacturing, in construction, aviation, and healthcare. Primarily, that's what we're talking about.
I was going to ask you about all those, but go ahead.
Okay, so
Go one by one.
yes, so construction. I'll go with construction
Yeah.
first. So from within projects, we have this augmented reality for remote assistance. So what that does is it helps you connect your in-house team with the frontline workers. So they will be able to look at things on their phones, and then you can fix machinery and plants and everything that you want. You can do it from within, from the comfort of your office. So that is a customization that we've built on top of our collaborative apps for the construction industry.
Okay, so healthcare.
Healthcare. So when it comes to healthcare, you have a lot of sensitive patient information, and that's going to be stored in your work drive, which is your content collaboration platform. So we have DLP now, which is your data loss prevention. So what it does is it automatically finds the sensitive content. It can be PII, it can be insurance numbers, information, it can be a social security number. So it'll automatically find of these things, and you can set rules to it to make sure you say, okay, so this is confidential information, and I do not want it to be allowed to share or to be downloaded. So that extra layer of security is what DLP is, and we have a lot of healthcare administrators use WorkDrive specific because of the DLP.
Manufacturing, particularly, I mean, I know this kind of enters into workflow again because manufacturing, they
Yes.
have to worry about workflow. So how are they using or how are they going to be able to use the software specifically?
It's interesting because we have seen a 45% increase in customers from manufacturing in particular. And so when it comes to manufacturing, we have companies, big names, who use projects for their task management, for their workflow management, and for also to manage their contractors, so they will be able to send them out for timesheets and billings as well.
Neat.
So that's what we do, and we bring the clients and the contractors in on the same platform, so it's transparent. Everyone knows what you're working on, and that just works. for
So
manufacturing.
is there anything else we should know about collaboration in terms of what's new in terms of collaboration software? Anything we should add?
So we have the aviation also, aviation industry. We
Oh,
have-
yeah, it's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have a Fortune 500 company that's using our collaborative tools, and
Wow.
they're in the aviation industry. And they use the agile methodology along with the waterfall methodology. So they have a hybrid methodology that they use together. They use workflows, and again, they bring everyone on the same page. And the reason they switched from Microsoft is because of our learning curve, our customizations, and of course, our data security and privacy.
Okay. Well, Aarthi Elizabeth, again, head of product strategy for the collaborative apps at Zoho. And again, this is Sean Hessinger reporting from Small Business Trends from Zoholics 2024. Thanks for watching.